Good day, grade 7 students. I am Sir John and I will be with you as we study about science. Tara, let's learn together. In today's lesson, we will be talking about the levels of biological organization, which is a part of our lesson for the week 3 of second quarter. The most essential learning competency indicated in our pivot for a budget of work is describe the different levels of biological organization. The content of our lesson is from Pivot for a Learner's Materials, which is used by grade 7 in Calabarzon region. Special thanks to the whole team of DepEd Region 4A for sharing your expertise to us. To study the biological level of organization, we need to start with the simplest building blocks of life. And that is the cell, which is the smallest independently functioning unit of a living organism. It can regulate its internal environment, take in and use energy, respond to its environment, and develop and maintain its complex organization. All organism is composed of cells. They occur singly in a great variety of single-celled organisms or unicellular organisms like amoeba and most bacteria. Cells are the subunits that make up the multicellular organisms such as birds and trees, and your body consists of trillions of cells in many different kinds. In any multicellular organisms, cells do not function alone. Cells that are similar in structure and functions are usually linked together to form tissues. They are at the second level of the biological organization. For example, the cells in our bones form bone tissues, a strong, solid tissue that gives us a shape and support. The blood cells in our body are a part of the blood tissue, a fluid tissue responsible for transporting food and oxygen throughout our body. The tissues are further organized to form organs. It is an anatomically distinct structure which composed of two or more types of tissues that work together. Our heart is an example. It is an organ that is made up of muscle tissues and nerve tissues. You are probably familiar with the names of several body organs. We have the brain, lungs, stomach, kidneys, and the skin. Similar to cells and tissues, organs rarely work by itself. Organs in a way collaborate with other organs and perform a specific function. These organs form an organ system. It is next higher level of organization among living things. We define organ system as a group of organs working together to perform a specific function for the organism. The best example of an organism is you. Yes, you are an organism. Dogs, cats, and other animals around us are also organisms. Even single-celled bacterium is an organism. An organism is an individual living thing that may be made up of one or more organ systems that carries out all the basic life functions. Cells, tissues, organs, organ systems, and organisms comprises the different levels of biological organization. The smooth functioning of a complex organism happens when all these levels or parts work together. But there are also other levels of biological organization above the individual organism. The organisms of the same kind, we call it species, that live in the same area make up a population. Like when an individual person lives in the same location or area, they make up the human population of that area. And if a certain species of fish, like milkfish, or locally known as bangus, are living in the same area, they comprise the milkfish population. The entire array populations that live in the same location make up a community. The community consists of different populations of organisms living in the same area. For example, the Laguna Lake caters to different kinds of living things like fishes, water plants, and grasses. All of these organisms comprise the community of living things in the lake. When the community interacts with its physical environment, which includes water, air, sunlight, soil, rock, and minerals, this brings us to the next level of organization called ecosystem. An ecosystem consists of all living things in a given area together with the non-living things. The Laguna Lake is an example of an ecosystem. A group of similar ecosystems with the same type of physical environment is called a biome. Many different biomes consist our biosphere. The biosphere is the part of our planet where all life exists, including all of the environments on Earth that supports life. These include regions of land, bodies of water, and the lower portion of the atmosphere. As we end, try to answer this question. Why do you think it is important for you to study the levels of biological organization? That ends up our lesson for today. I hope you learned something from this video. We'll see each other again for our next lesson. Thank you for watching. Keep going and keep learning.